don't scroll. Wait, I have something very important to share with you about the revelation I had. I came back from the vigil, night vigil this morning. I was in a vigil yesterday, and I got back home around 9 a.m. few minutes after 9 this morning. So I slept because of the vigil. So while I was sleeping, I had a vision. God showed me something, and it's, let me just say, Jesus is coming. I had a revelation about rapture, and I've had these revelations before. I've seen many persons. My sister, my elder sister, has had this revelation about rapture years back, I think twice, but this time around it was more detailed. It was more detailed simply because maybe I have more understanding about God now. Like, God reveals things to you according to your capacity. He does not reveal things to you that you will not. The more you grow, the more He shows you things. So this time around, what I saw was so detailed, and I really don't know how to put it, but one thing we need to understand is that Jesus is coming sooner than we expect. Jesus is coming sooner than we expect, and I would share what I saw. So stay with me to the end of this video. I will try and make it fast. Let me just proceed. When I was in this vision, I was seeing rapture in my phone, like rapture day, the judgment day. It was like it was posted on TikTok, and that is not really funny. That was how serious it was. Like, I was like viewing it on my phone on TikTok, and I looked up, I saw it happening. So it was like it was happening on TikTok. I was like I was scrolling on TikTok when I saw it, like rapture. I was looking at it, and when I said, okay, let me look up, I saw exactly what I was seeing on my phone happening in the sky. And what I was seeing, I saw angels. These angels, before when I've had experience of rapture, the experience I was having was me running up and down, like this scary setting. That was even when my sister explained it, my elder sister told me that it was scary. She was running, she was looking for me. But this time around, it was just a vision. I was looking at this. When I looked up, I saw angels, and everything was so mapped out. Like, it was so coordinated. What I was seeing was so coordinated. Like, it was not, how would I put it? It was not just kind of like it was not looking chaos because maybe I was not in chaos. But what I'm trying to say is that when I saw these angels, they were moving, just like, take a plane, picture like a plane going across the sky, like the way we normally see flight going across the sky. That was how these angels were moving. It was like a passage of light. And these angels, they were not the angels we understand. They were like wheels of fire. They had eyes all over them. They were moving. They were like, I don't really know how to explain it. Something like, how would I put it? A ball. They were like a ball, very huge. They were like a ball, very huge. But they had eyes. I could see them having eyes all over them. But what I noticed that while I was looking at it, I saw a man figure on horse. It was on a horse coming behind them, and we obviously know that that's Jesus. So it was coming behind them in this arrow. I don't know how to explain this arrow kind of form. This war we used to watch, or this, if you watch Hercules movie, this war, like this arrow formation, the edge of the arrow was like the leader, which was Jesus on the horse, and behind him there were angels behind him, coming behind these two. Like, I saw two angels with eyes all over them. In the front, they were coming through light, like a passage of light in the sky. So I was looking at it, and the vision, I was like, what? I wasn't even confused. I don't even know how to say what I saw, but I hope you understand from the point I've said it to. Then I saw another passage. I would not call it darkness because I saw a dragon. I would not call it darkness, but I saw another passage, and a dragon was coming through that passage. Like, the passage had colors. Like, even the passage of lights had different kind of colors. It was in the sky. So this other passage did not have anything like light, but it was not darkness. But there was a dragon coming down through that passage, and the dragon was this very dragon we see in the Chinese movie. That kind of serpent dragon, like the Chinese their mythical dragon. That was the dragon I saw, that had tiny legs and long body, no wings. They can just like float in the air. That was the dragon I saw. And if you try to, because when I woke up, I was like meditating on everything before I recorded my first voice note that I sent to my family group chat, because my family is my first church. So I recorded a voice note exactly what I saw, and I told everybody. But when I started understanding that dragon was a dragon that was in the Garden of Eden, which was a serpent, because if you understand how that dragon is, it's like a snake. It's like a snake. So the thing that I'm actually focused on was that the dragon was actually happy coming. The dragon was happy. The dragon had, like, I could tell that this dragon was happy coming down. So what I'm trying to say is that was what I saw, and I want us to understand that Jesus is coming very soon. Jesus is coming very, very soon, and nobody's going to expect. On that day of judgment, on that day, there is nobody you have respect for. On that very day, your general overseer, you would lose respect for him, because the one greater than all is going to be present. I don't know how to put it. There is nobody you have respect for on earth. Yeah, be it your general overseer, be it your pastor, be it a celebrity. On the day of judgment, on that very day of judgment, you are not going to have respect for them, because Jesus is around. And there is no time. There's no like when I saw this vision, there was literally like no consciousness of time. It was like the present, the past, and the future was happening the same time. I don't know if you understand. So I really want us to. So how long are we going to continue sinning? You've been sinning for 10 years. You might be 15 years old. You might be 21 years old. You've been sinning for 31 years. How long are we going to continue sinning? We need to lock in with Jesus, because he's the one we need. Everybody needs him. Even the witches and wizards, on that very day, they are going to cry. There's going to be wailing. There's going to be gnashing of teeth. And you need to understand that on that day of judgment, Jesus is going to rapture his saints, and the presence of God is going to leave earth. The presence of God is going to leave this earth, and the devil is going to be casted down to this earth. Even in the Bible, they said the angels were like, woe to the inhabitants of earth, because the dragon has been, devil will be casted down from the second and the first heaven. The devil stays in the second heaven. He's going to be casted down to this earth. Like, he's going to be bound on earth here. Like, physically you can see him. And what you need to understand is that the presence of God is literally what is separating the physical from the spiritual, to me, from my understanding. Because witches, wizards, people that practice spiritism, they are astral projects, and I, by the grace of God, I can feel the presence if anybody is around me, be you physical or spiritual. There was a day I was having a meeting with my family. We were having family meeting, except for my dad. Like my apart from my dad, the rest of us, we were having a meeting in my mother's room. Then somebody came into that room, and I told everybody, we started praying. I felt the presence at my left hand side, to the extent that I knew the person was like monitoring my phone. It was a monitoring spirit. You know, witchcraft can't operate without information. So I knew that somebody has astral projected into that room. So I dropped my phone. I took my phone. I dropped my phone. Then I was like, God, what's the meaning of this? Why is this even happening? Before I started praying with my family, then we all prayed. So you need to understand that on the after rapture, when they astral project, you see them, because the presence of God is what is holding them dark powers from manifesting. But when the presence of God is gone, it's you and yourself, because if the blood of Jesus cannot save you now that he's around, your blood is going to save you after rapture. And after rapture, demons are going to roam on earth. Physically, you can see everything. There's not going to be, the veil is going to be broken. The veil is going to be separated. There will be nothing. The spiritual is going to be the physical, because at that very point in time, after rapture, there will be no death, and only the flesh can die. So after rapture, if you don't make it, you are going to see your pastor running. You're going to see the persons you are looking up in the Christendom. If they don't make it, you all have one feet. And even in heaven,